Hey everyone, welcome to another small video. Today I'll be covering a lot of tips that people have been requesting me, and I just want to share this knowledge that I've learned so far. I'll be covering what research you want to focus on, what research you don't want to touch, as well as not familiars, heroes, which familiars you want to focus on at the very beginning when you're starting your new castle, or even when you're starting an auto count. To know which ones you want to focus on. And then if I still have time, I will want to be focusing on also how I recommend for you to speed up anything at all in the whole game. So starting off with research. In research, as you know, there's many different trees. Some of these are unlocked, like the tier 5 tree. This one called Gears unlocks onto Academy level 25. But let's go from left to right, up to down. So economy tree, recommended if for different little things. So I'm gonna be separating your focus on 3 different type of builds. So this depends on what you're building your castle for. If you're building a hyper account, the 3 different types is gonna be hyper accounts, main accounts, and then I'll be talking about traps. Yeah, let's start with the 3 official ones. So basically, for a hyper account, you only want to get construction. You want to focus on construction, and then whatever you're producing, and then you're planning to gather with that account the gathering, the gathering things, the gathering elements of the tree. Besides that, you don't really want to put too much effort on this, because for a hyper, you don't want to invest too much money, too many gems on building it up. So whatever research you're focusing on upgrading, on producing, and then whether you want to gather or not, and then building as far as you can. Now, if you're working this on a main or on a trap account, you want to get tier 4. If you want to get tier 4, you need to get this whole tree finished except for gem harvesting. You do not require gem harvesting, but you need everything here in the economy tree maxed out in order to be able to work on tier 4 research. Now we go to defense. Defense, you don't want to touch at all, no matter what you are. If as a hyper you have no other research to work on, you can work on this to throw whoever's attacking the castle. You have a big enough castle wall, a strong wall. You can actually defend against non-siege marshes pretty well, unless there's having like T4 800 plus stats in descent leader. I mean, not 300, 800, 400 plus stats in descent leader. They have a chance of breaking the wall without having too much work. But just a little troll thing. The only other reason you want to work on this tree is if you're planning to become a wall trap. Yes, those are real. Do they work really well? I wouldn't recommend them. It's questionable whether they work, but let's continue. Military tree, you're a hyper account, you only want pretty much into tier 2, so you can have gatherers. Tier 3, you want to join rallies from a non-tier 4 rallies. Tier 3 will help out. Besides that, if you're not going for a tier 4 account, don't worry too much about it. You're being a solo trap, you want to get your attacks to 7s and just keep them there, because from there on it builds too much might. Monster Hunt tree depends. For your main and for your hyper account, you want to max out as much as possible. So as far as you can go and just max everything out, I would prioritize this. If you're a free-to-play player, this is one of the trees I would tell you to work on, and forget economy and forget military, because this is how you're gonna be getting most of your gems and speed ups to help you get the buildings to be able to work on military and tier 4. And if you're becoming a trap and don't want to build too much might, you want to unlock all the way to Monster Hunt level 2, and just do the minimum for it, and then just a little bit extra here to make it more efficient and give you more stuff, but only get these around level 3 to 4. And we go next, upgrade defense. Upgrade defense again, only you're becoming a wall trap, or you're doing a trollish wall on your hypers, or you just want extra might, or what would you call it, points for a hell event. That's pretty much the only reason mine has gone up. Next up, you have right here upgrade military. Now this one's very situational. For hyper accounts, I wouldn't recommend this too much, because it doesn't really provide much help except for bigger army 1 if you're focusing to gathering. If you're talking about your main account, on your main account you want to work this tree as best as possible because it makes production of any of your troops a lot cheaper. Now as a trap, it can also make your troops produce a lot cheaper, but you do require to unlock all the way to quick swap 2. And now the reason you need quick swap 2 is in order so you can be able to swap between your fake gear and your real gear real fast without letting the attackers see your gear when they're attacking you. Army leadership. Now this one, for a hyper, I would recommend going all the way and unlocking as much as you can for the bigger bags, tax break, and force march. This is mainly so you can send your resources a lot faster. You don't have to spend too much time sending the resources, as well as you get to keep more of the resources since it's a lot lower tax. And then as well, you're gonna for any kind of account except traps, because traps there's gonna be a little too much research. I recommend maxing out max deposit 1 on for the gems, because this is gonna be giving you a lot of your gems for free to play players, and as well as pay to play players, because gems are gems at the end of the day. Infirmary is important for all sorts of accounts. Bigger infirmaries on traps helps them be able to keep more troops alive. Now you also want to go all the way to Wedge's army on your main account. Now this is the reason for being able to sleep in any kind of wedge, and then these are just more free stats, more base stats that you can get. And then bigger army 3, it's a more later into this game, but it's not really something I recommend going off the bat, because there's a lot more trees that will give you more benefits for a short amount of time. Next up is military command. Under military command, if you're a hyper, I recommend maxing out whatever storage is for the resources you're producing. Stamina limit for a hyper and for your main account, because being able to have a lot more stamina to get more speed ups is very helpful. Alchemy just makes time a lot faster. Darkness is mainly for all accounts. Well, for your main account, I would suggest going all the way to at least unlocking, where is it? This one, Darkness Invasion. So you're able to send more troops into darkness, and it requires less things to do, less amount of people to join the DN rallies. You also need to do max deposit and energy limit, because energy is just amazing, and there's just something you really should work on. From here on, devotion in your heavy war. This makes it so you can actually keep more time on altar and more stuff down. And right here is just more offensive rally lead kind of stats. Not really recommended unless you have nothing else to do. For military, I recommend for hypers to unlock all the way to pack 4 if possible, to get that snow beast familiar. If not, all the way to pack 3 to at least get the gem and gremlin, gold goblin, and trickster. And for traps, just get into pack 2 or 3 depending what kind of familiars you're using in your trap itself. From the battle skills, for a hyper, I do not recommend these at all unless you want to go for at least the pack merger, so you can help you for on your familiar march, on your familiar journey to unlocking them. From here on, your main account as far as you can on tomes. Level 3 is as far as you can go free to play without having to spend too many tomes on them. And for a trap account, I also recommend 3, since that's a free to play. And once you go to 4, it will raise up too much might for your castle. Now Sigil tree, for a hyper account, don't bother touching it unless you have tomes to spare, and then you can go for gathering speeds and stuff like this. But nothing you need, nothing your castle will ever need for a hyper. For your main account, I would recommend, depending on what kind of guild you're in, if your guild requires sigils or if not, this will be a tree you want to go for. If you're big heavy on war, you want to max out this tree, because this tree will give you, I believe, 30% attack on each troop type once you max it out. Plus the sigils really help by your guild in Wonder Battles if your guild is part of it. Wonder Battle research, only touch it if you are a rally lead in a guild where you're going to be fighting for any kind of Wonder and that's the only reason. Tier 5, if you are a moderate to heavy spender, then you can afford it. It's a really good tree to go for because tier 5 are stronger than tier 4. They don't die as fast as tier 4 because you can't. Whenever you summon to darkness, tier 4 will die first before tier 5. But they are very expensive to keep up. If you ever need to heal them, you will need to be buying the $5 Lunite packs every time they come out, just so you can have enough Lunite to heal. And that's pretty much it for research. I've noticed the video is already at 10 minutes long, and I might cut it at this. I'll be releasing 2 more videos in the next couple of days, covering what I mentioned earlier, being the heroes and being the how to speed up. So I hope you enjoy that. It's not too long, like my usual 20-minute long videos. And I hope to see you on the stream tomorrow on May 28th. I plan to have the 200 subscriber stream. I can't believe you guys made it possible within 1 day of posting the my subscriber giveaway video. You haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description, and I'll pin it at the end of the video, so you know what giveaways are to come and what giveaways and what to expect on the 28th during the stream. It's gonna be 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, and I hope we catch you there. Peace.